Hey guys, Mark McMahon Real Estate. Today I want to talk about 3 killer ways to find investors so that you can get more listings and more sales as a real estate agent and become an investor yourself. But today we're going to concentrate on how to find those investors so you can start making money right away, then use that money to invest. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. So one of the things I found out when I became a real estate agent is that listings don't just jump in your pocket, right? You've got to go out and cultivate. You've got to do a lot of cold calling, a lot of door knocking, and I think probably the first 2 deals I got were from friends and family. And that kind of sets a precedent, unfortunately, for most real estate agents where they'll get 2 or 3 deals right off the bat, and it seems so easy. It's like, they're gonna come to me, they're just gonna keep coming to me. And so it's always, I cringe, and I'm happy for real estate agents when they get those first few deals because it's so easy, they think they don't have to market. And that is the worst thing that you can do as a real estate agent, right? But today specifically, I wanna talk about what you need to do to get investors in your hip pocket. And now I know we've talked about it before, but I know that most real estate agents out there don't want to deal with investors because A, they think they don't buy, B, they're making ridiculously low offers, and C, they're very difficult to work with because they know exactly what they want, and if you don't bring it to them, you can't bend them. Those things can also work for you. So think about this. One of the things about investors is, like I said, number 3 was that they know what they want. How hard is it if you've been in the real estate game for a while, and I guarantee you I've been through the same thing before, and I can tell you stories, but we won't right now. But the one thing that's the hardest thing to do is work with a client that doesn't know what they want. You'll look at houses, they'll say, they start off with at first, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch style house with a 7,000 square foot lot, a 2-car garage, and a great school district. It's like, all right, we can find that. But it slowly evolves over time, and before you know it, you've looked at 50 houses, and now they're at a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a 4-car garage and a 12,000 square foot lot. You know the story, right? Everybody's had those clients, and a lot of clients are like that because they really don't know what they want. The lovely thing about real estate investors is they know exactly what they want, they know exactly what they want to pay, and they know exactly how to close it quickly. That's why I love working with them, guys. Where you see difficulty, I see gold. And the thing that you got to remember is when someone is very opinionated and knows what they want, it's actually easier for you than someone that vacillates back and forth, that's easily led, right? If someone knows what they want, then you don't have to waste your time on showing them things that they might want. And this is where a lot of the communication breakdown happens between real estate agents and investors. And that's why most real estate agents think that they shouldn't work with investors. But bear with me for a minute because I'm gonna bring this around back to what we talked about at the beginning. Think about this. If you know exactly what a person wants and you know exactly what they are willing to spend and you know their criteria for buying, how much easier can it get? I think most people spend all their time wanting to work on regular clients, right? And regular clients are going to buy, every 7 years maybe? Buy and sell every 7 years. Investors buy every month. I'm an investor, first and foremost, and a real estate agent, second. I make a lot of money as a real estate agent because I represent myself, I list my properties when I flip them, and I get the occasional listing. So we make an extra couple $100,000 a year just with that without me trying very hard. But for those of you that are just getting into the game or that are finding it hard to find listings right now or find people that want to buy, actually probably right now in 2023, buyers aren't so hard to find, but people that want to sell are the difficult ones. But if with an investor though, knowing what they want up front, you can always spend a few minutes every day looking as the listings come up. So let's talk about 3 ways that you can find those investors. These people that are always buying every single month, that are your bread and butter, that will also allow you to become an investor also because of the regular income that you're making. You can take that and turn it into investment properties, which I think most of us in real estate, that's our dream, right? That's the be all end all, because we don't have a retirement account. We don't have pension system set up with our real estate company. I'm with EXP, I've got money coming in every month because of that, because I recruit and whatnot. But what about most of the people out there that aren't doing something like that, that don't have a downline, that don't have necessarily income coming in if they stop working? Well, that's why I like to have income properties. So let's talk about let's talk about where we find these investors at. All right, so the first place I went to as a real estate agent 15 years ago when I first got involved in the game, and most of you that have been following me for a while, if you have been, and if you just found me, welcome. But if you've been following me for a while, you know that I started investing in real estate 15 years ago, but I had my real estate license for a couple of years before that. Wasn't a very good agent. But the cool thing at this real estate investment club, and again, I haven't talked about this a lot because mostly what I've talked about in the past is just the investing side of it, not the real estate agent side of it. One of the things I found was buyers. Guys, I found people that were looking for houses, and we knew how to put in offers, and we knew how to talk to other agents. So I would find buyers, i.e. real estate investors, at real estate meetups. And if you guys are interested in that, just go to Facebook groups and look up real estate investment groups. You'll find them in your area, guaranteed. And they have meetups, whether they're virtual or in person. You will find investors there that are really buying. But you've got to vet them, okay, guys? There's a vetting process that you've got to go through to get these people approved, so to speak, to be able to want to spend your time with them, right? You don't want to go spend, good Lord, think about the buyer that doesn't know what they want. You don't want an investor like that. You want to know that they're the real deal. So you want to vet them, they want to vet you. So one of the things, I'll give you one thing. One of the things you want to find out is if they're actually doing what they say they're doing, which is investing, flipping, doing those types of things. And you can simply ask them, what's the last 3 properties you've done? And, and you can even tell them up front, look, I want to be the best that I can be for you. I want to find the product that you want, but, I need to know that you're worth my time, just like I want you to know that I'm worth your time. And that most people, if they're actually real, will respect that. If they're not real, they'll get offended and you'll go, wow, I saved that. I saved my time. I dodged the bullet right there. I don't have to waste my time on that clown. If they're just getting started, maybe you avoid them for a little while until they get their feet underneath them, because they don't know what they're looking for yet. They're like that young couple that doesn't know what they want. You want to be careful with that. You want to find people that are actually investing. So another great area, and for me it's a no-brainer, is social media, right? So you see me on Instagram, you see me on TikTok, you see me on, well, hopefully you do, and you also see me on YouTube. And I get a lot of people that come to me, real estate agents and investors, people looking for properties, people looking to bring me properties, simply because I'm on social media talking about real estate investing often. And everybody knows where I'm at. I'm in Orange County, California, and everybody also knows because I mention it over and over. I buy in Riverside, San Bernardino, Los Angeles, Orange County, and Sacramento. So I talk about this, I fold it into my story, I fold it into my posts, so people know what I'm looking for, people know what I do, and social media is going to be really, really big for you if you can start posting. And guys, just a quick tip on social media, just tell your story. Don't try to be an announcer, don't try to be an authority on anything quite yet. Just tell people your story and fold your authority into it as time goes on. If you try to become an authority right away, people are going to call BS on that. It's like, well, he just got on here and now he's an authority? That's crazy. You got to be able to get people to know, love, and relate to you before you can get them to feel like you're an expert. All right, so let them fall in love with you, and then you can kind of start bringing in the expertise of what you are. You can pepper it in there from the beginning, but just don't make it all about that. Find investors that way, right? Investors are always looking for someone to buy their product. Investors are always looking for product, okay? They're always looking for those two things. You can find that product for them and work with them on a regular basis and make regular income. That's the thing that most people are missing as real estate agents, right? You want to make regular income. You don't want this spotty income. I know so many people that become, high-end residential real estate agents or want to become that. And they end up getting no deals, but they sure do dress nice and they drive a fancy car. But they're not closing deals because it's so competitive. Guys, there are so many investors out there right now looking for projects, and everybody's avoiding them because they don't want to deal with investors. If you give them what they want, they're not so hard to deal with. So, guys, I'm giving you the secret that helped me become a great real estate investor. It's by helping other investors find stuff. All right, making money with them and learning more about investing from them, and then eventually becoming an investor myself. Number 3, I don't do this very often anymore, but probably the one thing that got us the most investors when we first started wholesaling and flipping and doing all of the things we started doing 15 years ago was simply driving through neighborhoods and stopping at house remodels. This one is freaking killer, and it's so easy to walk up to a house and say, hey, my name's John, or in my case, my name's Mark McMahon. I'm with eXp Real Estate, and I really like to work with investors. I'm really good at it. Tell me a little bit about what you do, and tell me a little bit about what you're looking for, and I won't waste your time with deals that don't work. If you can just tell them that, get that out, if you can get that sentence out, they'll know you're not full of crap. The biggest thing an investor doesn't want is for you to send them deals that don't work. All right. So next video we're going to go over how to vet a deal that will work for a investor so that he can make money. Because really that's the bottom line. Everybody is in this game to make money. Making friends is wonderful. Making friends and making money at the same time is even better. If you can tell them that, you're in. Guys, I guarantee you, if you bring them a deal that makes sense and you've run the numbers correctly and it's a deal, they'll do it. That's the bottom line. But you got to learn what they want, and I can show you that on the next video. But guys, so there's 3 ways for you to find investors. Now, what you need to do is go out and take action on that. That's the one thing, guys. You can't just be watching videos all the time. You've got to actually go out and take action on some of the things we talked about today. Just pick one. Pick one to start with. That perhaps, I'm looking at all 3. Perhaps the easiest one right now is for you to drive neighborhoods. It's so easy to get out of your car and talk to people. If you're a real estate agent, you should be able to talk to people, right? So if you're a real estate agent by the way, this also can turn into listings. Sometimes you'll see construction going on at a house and perhaps they're getting ready to sell it. Maybe they haven't listed it yet, right? Get to know those people. We've gotten listings that way too. And we've gotten listings from investors. Oh, you work in this area? Yeah, I do. Have you sold any houses? I sure have. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm looking for a realtor because we're out of the area and I don't list my own houses. Excellent. I can be that guy. I can be that gal. I mean, I can't be a gal, but if you're a gal, you can be the gal, right? That makes sense? So make sure that you take advantage of every opportunity that comes to you. And again, I mean, I'm always, it sounds like I'm bragging about it, but to be able to make an extra $200,000 a year, which is about what we average as real estate agents, that's on top of all the money we make flipping, on top of all the money we make with cash flow from our rentals, on top of everything I make through my social media. Guys, it's an extra $200,000 a year that I wouldn't have if I didn't have my real estate license. And you guys have the opportunity to do the same exact thing that I've done. And the business that I've built, you can build the same exact thing. But you got to get started. So pick one of those methods, guys. I strongly suggest you take number 3, which is going out and talking to people that are actually remodeling houses. Not every house you're going to go to is going to be a flip. But it seems like every other house we go to is at least a flip. And you never know. Someone might be doing their own remodel so that they can sell the house, like I said earlier, and you can get a listing from it. All right, guys, I hope you find that helpful. But the one thing, as I said earlier, that's only going to make it useful to you if you actually go out and take initiative and do the steps that I told you. Just get out and talk to people, guys. That's the main thing in this business, all right? Thanks so much for joining me again. like the video, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for notifications so that you'll know whenever we drop a video. I hope you guys have a phenomenal day, and I will see you next time.